Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Kindness Habit. When you leave today, you're going to have more clarity on why it's so important that you really personalize what you're giving people and you really think about how kindness can be infused in the gifts that you give, but also the notes that you write. My guest today is someone who is involved with one of my favorite companies. They're a locally owned in Colorado, women-owned company. They've been around for over a decade. And Melissa is head of culture, and she is going to be joining us to be talking about why Sugarwish started this amazing company, I'm going to tell you why I'm a number one fan, but also her thoughts about why kindness is so important in the workplace. So Melissa, thank you so much for joining. You are also in Colorado, so tell the listeners where you live in Colorado.
Thank you so much, Allison. I am happy to be here. I live about 100 miles west of Denver in the Vail Valley in a little town called Edwards, where mountain lifestyle kind of rules.
Yes, exactly. So we both love the mountains because I'm in Golden today in Colorado. So we're both mountain girls and we both love kindness. I loved your story about, before we talk about what Sugarwish is, but I love your story about LinkedIn, about how you actually found Sugarwish. So can you tell the listeners how you even got involved?
Absolutely. A friend saw a post on LinkedIn for the Sugarwish Director of People and Culture.
Mhm.
And the post said something about looking for smart and creative people who are committed to kindness and spreading happiness. And she sent this to me and said, I know you're happy in your job, but this is you. And from there, the second I started talking to people at Sugarwish, I knew that's where I belonged.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, I heard about Sugarwish because one of my clients, Linda, sent it to me. And I'll tell the listeners from my point of view what I think it is, and then you can add whatever it is. So I get this awesome note from Linda thanking me for doing a training for her company. And I get to choose 6 different snacks. So I could have chosen cookies, snacks, plants, dips, but I chose these candies, or excuse me, these snacks. So it arrives at my house and it has like this amazing note on it. So I got to be reminded about how much Linda appreciated what I did. And when I got that, I love that I was in charge of what I got to pick, but also like I just felt so seen and appreciated with what she wrote. And from there, I have been your number one fan. Like I send it to clients, I send it to friends, I send it as prizes in my classes because I love it so much. So tell us all, how did Sugarwish come up with this concept? Because it truly is. Actually, I write about you and what it means to do the platinum rule instead of the golden rule in my book about like letting it be about the other people. So will you tell us, how did Sugarwish start
I
and
love it.
why was it so focused on personalization, but also tell us why this part of it was so important?
Absolutely. So our two founders, Elizabeth Vizani and Leslie Lyon, had this brilliant idea to replicate that kid in a candy store feeling. And that's kind of evolved into what we call the receiver pick. But really, it's about having this like kind of magical moment where you can decide exactly what you want and a little bit of this treat, a little bit of that treat, and that kind of delight. So really that changing the gift, not what I want for you, but what you want. And you nailed it. The most important piece is that note. It's all about the sentiment, right? It's about how we feel and what we feel when we're giving someone
Yes.
a gift. So making sure that we clearly articulate what it is we're excited for someone about. If it's a congratulatory sugar wish, appreciation, expressing that appreciation with kind of with heart, with
Mhm.
specificity, being
Mhm.
able to say, this is what I appreciate and why, and this is the impact you had. That note um, really underscores the feeling. And then the gift itself is another reminder and kind of that lasting item that you chose, whether it's a treat or a plant that you get to look at, flowers,
Mhm.
a spa product that you get to use. And that feeling, that original sentiment from the note hopefully carries through from the minute you get the email to
Mhm.
when the product arrives
Hmm.
to when you get to use it or snack on it or share it with your friends.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it's a gift that truly lingers,
Yes.
with
Yeah.
everything. And you all were so kind. You actually live what you talk about. So you had given me a choice on this podcast that I got to choose a gift. And you wrote, "Hi, Allison. Thank you so much for thinking of Sugar Wish for your Kindness Habit podcast. We love that you thought about us. Enjoy choosing your favorites as soon as you can. We'll rush to ship them to you, the team at Sugar Wish." And so I chose your delicious fig ginger jam, which I'm so excited about. But I mean, you live this, and I got the same reaction getting it again. So you and I are both passionate about what happens in corporations, in leadership. And I love that you have on your bookcase spread kindness. So I know that you love kindness. But what are you seeing? Because you've been at Sugar Wishes over 2 years, correct? And you've been in all different corporations in the HR role. What are you seeing as far as the difference that kindness makes? So what you all do, as you mentioned, it lingers, this message, the feeling, you
Yeah.
feel appreciated. You get to like, I'll keep this note. What have you seen in your career just with leaders, but also with culture when we do infuse more kindness?
Absolutely. It's a ripple effect. It impacts our each other,
Mhm.
our customers, next door neighbors. I mean, the kindness kind of spreads forth in these big, not just ripples, but big waves. And I think kindness is transformative.
Mhm.
Kindness between coworkers, kindness from a leader to a direct report is it multiplies and spreads.
Mhm. Oh my gosh, for sure. And we were talking about the difference really between kindness and nice and why it's
Yeah.
so important. Because I wrote The Kindness Habit, my other book, about 8 years ago, and it wasn't talked about in business as much as it is now. So when you're thinking about kindness, why can we, or how can we start to change the perception that kindness isn't weak, but like kindness is so important, but also you talked about like being kind and being firm at the same time. Can you tell
Absolutely.
us more about why
Yeah,
that combination works so well?
absolutely. I think sometimes leaders want to be nice, and
Mhm.
so they struggle to, or even fail to give that direct feedback that helps people help themselves, help each other, improve performance, boost productivity and profitability, all of those things. And I think it's so critical that leaders know that you can be both firm and kind at the same time. I
Mhm.
think sometimes too, leaders will think, I must deliver difficult feedback and forget the kindness. And so that blend is the secret sauce for success, for contributions, for engaged employees, for, like I said, productivity, profitability, all of it is that like perpetual balance of firm and kind as a
Mhm.
leader.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, there's so much research that goes to when you appreciate people, how it changes even their mindset. They become more collaborative. And there's also the quotes about when people feel appreciated, like they'll do more, in any team situation than they would without the appreciation because they do feel that value.
Absolutely. So we did an initiative in June. We called it 30 Days of Gratitude. And every day we shared on in our Slack, company-wide, we shared kind of a task or a piece of information kind of to inform, inspire, spread gratitude. And feeling appreciated is great.
Mhm.
Expressing appreciation is also amazing. There's all kinds of research on the giver and the receiver
Yes.
of that appreciation.
Mhm.
And Sugar Wish itself, to go back to kind of your earlier questions, why do we do this? How does it work? It it's a boost to write that note and send that gift. It's a boost to receive it. And then
Mhm.
we have this gratitude dashboard. We have a Sugar Wish dashboard where people can see all of the gifts that they've given. And there's a place to write kind of an instant thank you.
Mhm.
And so you feel that that gratitude goes both ways,
Oh,
and it
yes.
kind of raises everybody's energy and commitment, happiness, joy, contentment.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I love that part of it. And it's kind of selfish because, I mean, you just want to give to give. But I do love that you put that as an option because I love the notes. Like a participant in my class, they're like, oh my gosh, I just picked out the cookies. Thank you so much. Loved your class. And I'm like, oh, so then you do get that feedback. I
Yeah,
also love some of my class members have loved that you give them a choice if you don't want any of the beautiful items you have to donate to Make-A-Wish. And they just said, I felt so good giving back to Make-A-Wish. So why did you choose to add to that besides all your beautiful products?
absolutely. So it's that pay it forward notion and
Mm,
this opportunity to grant more joy, spread the joy even further. And really, these Wish Kids Make a Wish was such a natural fit and a natural synergy for us.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a really fulfilling and fun partnership.
I love it. And their whole concept is letting the family and the children decide what they want. So it also goes very on brand with you. It's like, what can we do to help you create your own experience?
Absolutely.
Yep, I love it. And I love all your options that you can do as far as like, our treat, but also you can customize photos.
Yep.
So I've had a lot of fun, whether it's someone getting a promotion, I've used a photo of them. And so when they get
Yep.
their actual box, they get to see the photo of themselves. So I think you'll share this passion with me in that I am big on please don't appreciate just once a year. Like, please don't tell people just at the holidays that you appreciate them. Like, always be
Absolutely.
appreciating. And I love that that's what your company does. You have so many options on when
Yeah.
we can appreciate. So, final question for you, like, why should we appreciate all the time?
Well, like I said, that ripple effect of gratitude and kindness and the energy and joy that that produces. And I think when we think about corporate gifting, there are moments throughout the year to celebrate and appreciate, whether it's a promotion, a work anniversary, a milestone,
Yes.
completing a big project, kicking off a big project, celebrating a company and a company, founding anniversary.
Yes.
There are moments throughout the year. I had a coworker once who loved to celebrate with his team random days. National Gummy Bear Day, National Fig Jam Day, National
Yes.
Orange Juice Day. And it was such a fun way for him to connect with his team, to pass out a little gift for them. And we love to replicate that with Sugarwish.
Oh my gosh. Love it. So, listeners, if you've never checked out Sugarwish, Melissa, will you tell everyone how they can actually start ordering some of these? And what I also love, there's very reasonable pricing. So it could be $25 to what's your highest? 80, $79
Yeah, upwards of there
okay.
too
Yep.
for
So,
a huge party size brand sugar brand celebration.
yep. So
So
how do they do this?
you can find us at sugarwish.com.
Okay.
And we actually, for anybody who listened today to the Kindness Habit podcast, we've got a code for $10 off your first Sugar Wish.
Oh my
It's
gosh, thank you.
just simply the word kindness. So when you go to checkout, you'll have a space to put in any special codes, and kindness is the code for you.
Best code ever. I love it. And then if you could give people one last piece of advice as far as being kind, what would it be?
There's that Maya Angelou quote about people who they won't necessarily remember what you said or what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Mm,
And so thinking about treating everybody with kindness, making sure that people feel that kindness from you
mhm.
will have a lasting impact.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, thank you so much for making time to join me on the Kindness
Thank
Habit.
you.
For all of you out there, please remember the difference that you make. Thank you so much for the kindness of giving us $10 off for your first Sugar Wish. And let's make sure that we let people know they're appreciated every single day and also remember the difference that we all make. So thank you so much for joining. And I'm excited for other people to receive and also give Sugar Wish.
Thank you.